Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the Resero Network. I am Dan. I'm joined by Dean. Hi, Dean.
Hello, everybody.
Dean, we are looking. This is a little bit different to our usual comparison videos because we thought it would be interesting to bring in another version. I am, of course, talking about Darksiders, and obviously it came out on the Xbox One X. Well, it didn't come out on the Xbox One X, but the backwards compatibility enhanced version for the One X came out last week or the week before.
Yeah.
So this time we thought we'd do 360, which you got on the left, and the Xbox One X, which you got on the right, but also, just for shits and giggles, we threw the remastered into the mix just to see how that performed. And you know what? Like, I don't know. There isn't that much of a difference between the One X and the remaster, right?
No. So, like, you can see it's a bit darker on the remaster, and we will cut back to it in a second. Obviously, the One X looks better than the 360.
Miles better, right?
It's been
Look
enhanced
at the
for
anti-aliasing,
4K.
like the spikes, the lava spikes at the back.
And then there's the remaster. Darker, but that's just like a matter of like darkening it with contrast and brightness, which is what the devs, for some reason, decided that's what Darksiders needed.
Yeah.
But other than that, they're really, really, really similar. I think the remaster is also 60, the remaster is also 60 frames per second, whereas this is
the One X is only 30.
30, yeah, because the 360 was only
But in
30.
terms of like visual fidelity, there is not that much of a difference.
I honestly think the One X enhancement patch has kind of made the remaster a tad bit redundant. Like, it gives you the visual enhancement that players would want.
Yeah, and to think as well that people spent money on the remaster when they could have just waited and got just played the original one that they owned on the One X.
Yeah, exactly. Like a free patch that comes out and then Bob's your uncle. You've essentially got the remaster.
But yeah, the difference is, of course, 60 frames per second, which is quite big in games like this. But in terms of like visuals, like that magic button that Microsoft keep clipping, that's good stuff, mate.
And we'll see in a moment, like the One X with the remaster with these swipes, and it just emphasizes like a bit of darkness.
Yeah, the 360 version looks like turd compared to the other two, right?
Yeah. Which, I mean, that's completely unsurprising. We expected that. But it is surprising to see it be so close to the remaster, like the one that they invested money into bring into the next gen, or the current gen consoles, and now that Microsoft just flipped a switch on the original.
Yeah, you honestly have to question a little bit what you're actually paying for, except for the 60 FPS.
Yeah.
Like, I imagine that, I don't know, maybe if the One X version wasn't capped, that it could probably reach 60 anyway.
Yeah.
But like there's massive difference there. Like the 360 one is just jagged as hell, right?
Yeah.
The other two are super clean.
Like, look at that. It's very like hard to see that much of a difference between the remaster and One X.
I think I prefer the One X. It's a little bit lighter.
You know, me too. I see what they were going for with the remaster, but I think the One X just looks a bit more cleaner.
Yeah, I agree. But obviously, again, I'm going to keep saying that the 60 FPS is big for action games of this kind of ilk. Interesting. But this is the first time we've actually had a chance to play with a remaster as well.
Yeah,
to see like how much of a good job they actually did on the remaster. And considering that Microsoft click a button for the One X stuff, like, I don't know. I thought the remaster was really good at the time. Now I'm like, hold on a minute. If the original code could actually do that in the first place, what were they doing?
Yeah, it's really mind-blowing. And this is what these videos really point out to us every time, is just like we initially think, oh, there won't be that much of a difference. Do the videos and we're like, oh my god, we were totally wrong.
Yeah. 100%. And our next one is actually surprising. Obviously, process of elimination, you'll know that our next one is Sonic Generations, I want to say.
That's the right.
It's actually really surprising. But in the next comparison video, you will see that. For now, though, like, there was something you did notice, though, right?
Yeah, so this one was really interesting. As you can see on the One X and the remaster version, the sword looks a bit smoother and sharper compared to the remaster. But when you look at the textures of the rocks all around it, you can see that they've put a bit more detail into the rocks. Whereas with the One X, it's just the original textures that you had on 360, so there wasn't much more detail to be put into there except making it 4K.
So that's what they did, basically.
Yeah, pretty much. But I think the sword looks miles better on the One X than it did on the remaster. It just looks smoother.
It's incredible that these old games were like the machines were holding them back somewhat. And now you can truly see how much they were kind of being held back.
I know. And this has made me want to just replay Darksiders. I originally played Darksiders on the PC, So I can't say much, but now I'm going to just go on to it on the One X because it looks fantastic on the One X. Look at that.
My first one was the remaster. I missed out on this franchise, unfortunately. I love the remaster, but there was a couple of bugs in it and stuff. Bugs that weren't in the original, I want to say.
Yeah.
Maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. But folks, that was Darksiders versus the 360, the remastered, and of course the One X enhanced version. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.